I was so dumb, but I hopped on a plane, almost drove right back to the 541. Shitty U-turn on the freeway, you turn me from a fiend to a way to you fun. I can wait in the sun for a little, but it's been real gray, and tonight it's a nice C1. I can wait in the cold for a while if the reasons are plenty.
Welcome to the podcast, everybody. I'm Alex at TSB Pod. He is Ski at TSB Ski. He is King at Jeromney. Yes, my girlfriend is here, by the way, and she is watching me sound like a dork. So I know you asked me about that last week. Yeah. And so, yes, that is actually happening live right now.
She's so embarrassed. She is so
embarrassed, yeah.
She doesn't...
You might need to send her some blue chews. Get going, man.
Oh my God! By the way, so tweet at one of those handles if you're still on the Twitter. Also, we're on Threads and Instagram, the Sports Brewery Podcast, twitch.tv/abrog87 if you want to watch us do our stream every Wednesday or Thursday. Get in the chat. Had a lively chat last week, which was a lot of fun. Got some people in there right now. It's a good time. Go ahead and get on it. Also, the Discord, Sports Brewery in the Discord, if you want to suggest movies every week or, whatever. BS about stuff. It's cool, whatever. This is our preview for Oregon and Portland State. They are playing Saturday. Did you know that they're playing on Saturday?
Well, not just... Yeah. Yes, I did. I forgot.
Yeah. Already the illusion of when we're recording this is out the window.
Is this a Sunday? Or are we doing our movie podcast?
Yeah, it's this movie podcast on a Sunday. Yeah, by the way, I was told that Oregon is playing Portland State, and I was like, are they really? Like, this weekend? Huh. I'm not even gonna be in Eugene. I'm probably not even gonna watch the game.
Happy Labor Day, folks. Happy Labor Day.
I know. Did something change this year? I mean, that usually happens, right? Like the first games after Labor Day or before Labor Day, I guess it would be.
Yeah.
Okay. Because it feels like schools are starting earlier this year too, like college football starting earlier. I don't know. Maybe I'm just making that up.
You're going to miss out on
possibly
the only affordable game of the season at Autzen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my Rainbow Warriors, I know they draw a big crowd, but
those big draw, those bows.
Yeah, my bows. So I don't even know where to start with a Portland State Oregon preview. I mean, I guess we can talk about Oregon's team, as they're coming into this year. I guess we can run down their lineup, their projected starters, all that good shit. I don't know. Did you have? Yeah, go ahead.
Name one Portland State player on the current roster.
I did not mean Portland State. I was talking about Oregon because
No, but I'm saying the preview is going to be let's just talk about the Oregon roster really.
Yeah.
Because the Portland State roster means nothing.
So we are. In this episode, we're going to bring back our lines segment where Ski's going to give us the lines and we're going to make our picks, and somebody in the chat is going to keep track of that as the season goes on and give us our standings every week, and it's going to be fantastic. Thank you very much, Booble. And then at the end, I'm going to do some Portland State trivia, so that's going to be a thing. So where do you want to start?
Neil Lomax. That's my answer.
Okay. That might be an answer.
Julius Thomas.
Those are the two you know.
Aaron Fentress.
Oh, he did. Nigel Burton? He played for them too, right? I'm pretty sure.
June Jones, I believe, as well.
I'm pretty sure a ton of local high school kids played for that team.
I took some online classes there in the summer, so I'm also a Viking.
Go Vikes.
Yeah.
Horns up, baby. Horns up.
So, I guess coming into the season, some of the question marks for Oregon, they're not necessarily on offense. I think.
Well, are you guys fully committed? Feel good about the offensive line? I mean, you lost a lot.
I feel kind of optimistic about it. Yeah.
I think it'll be fine because you got Jackson Powers Johnson, who played a bunch, penciled out at center, right? And then you got that Ajani Cornelius guy who fuck, I watched 6 seconds of like Rhode Island highlights.
I know.
But he was pretty hyped up, so I'll believe it.
Number one,
and then Connerly,
number one JC kid in the country, playing right tackle. So that's what it's going to be. Like Cornelius is going to play right tackle. Stephen Jones is going to play like right guard. I think Angelau, the dude who transferred from Texas, is going to play center, right? And then you got Powers Johnson, and then you got Connerly. Connerly's going to probably play left tackle. So
it's Stephen Jones. Am I wrong? Or is Stephen Jones the guy that after they beat UW in 2018, when they were doing the locker room video, he was like doing the shaking thing where everyone made the meme like, oh, someone drank McDonald's Sprite and that's what happened. Like, he's been around forever.
Yeah. Yeah, he's one of those guys.
How is he still here?
Yeah, one of those guys who's been playing college football for 9 years, but he's not actually Cam McCormick, who's actually been doing that. Yeah. Same thing with Steve Stevens, by the way. Doesn't it feel like Steve Stevens has been a Duck forever, and he hasn't played at all?
I was gonna say Steve Stevens is. I've said Steve Stevens' name more than I feel like I've seen him play.
Yeah, and Braylon Addison too. Or not, wait, Brian Addison.
Brian Addison.
Yeah.
Addison.
Okay, my bad. Braylon Addison's an Argonaut, I think. Yeah, Brian Addison too. It feels like he's been with the program for 12 years, and has never played regularly, except when he got beat a few times. I definitely remember that. So I don't know. Again, like the offense is pretty set, right? Like going into this season, you can only feel good about the offense. Like Nick's, like just think of who they have coming back, man. You got like Nick's at quarterback, absolutely solid when healthy. You got Bucky and Whittington at running back. You have, like the wide receivers.
This is by far the best wide receiver group Oregon's ever had, right? I mean, we've always propped up receivers to more than what they were. I mean, Jeff Mayle was a fine college receiver. There's a lot of guys that have been like that. You're good. I mean, you're not blowing the doors down in college football, but when you look at least on the depth chart, the 3 starting receivers, I mean, those guys, all 3 of them are very on top of the backups too. I mean, like Chris Hudson's like not a starter on this team right now.
I know.
He'll get a lot of snaps, but he's not a starter.
I know. I was going to go through the list. Like Franklin, Hudson, you got T. Ferg, you got Holden, you got Tez Johnson. And then on top of that, you got the 5-star Jurion Dickey, who like enrolled in spring and is also, he's going to play this year too.
What about that other freshman kid, like Casper or something like that? That's his last name, right?
He's white, isn't he?
He's white. Yeah.
Did you need us to tell you that, King? Did you really? Like his name's Casper. I mean, what are we talking about?
Well,
Tyler Casper.
But isn't it Casper with a K? I mean,
it is. He got 2 Ks, Kyler and Casper.
Kyler Casper.
Let's not dig in too deep what his middle initial is.
I know. I was gonna say.
His name is Kyler, my guy. Do you even need us to tell you what, Okay. All right, we're good. Moving on. So again,
like I said,
again, they're going to throw the ball, they're going to run the ball, and I don't see anybody out there who can stop them. So
to me, it comes down to if the line produces, they should be very hard to stop.
How do you going into this season, what do you think they should focus on more? Because
it's a new OC. We don't know what.
So that's sort of what I mean too. Like, because we know what Nix is capable of. We know what Nix can do. We also know what Bucky can do. I tend to side on giving it to Bucky a lot and Whittington a lot. Like the way Bucky ran at the end of last year is, something we really haven't seen before. Like he was untackleable.
We've seen running back.
So I know what you're saying. Like LaMichael was sort of like that. Royce Freeman kinda, but like Bucky's ability to make guys miss, I don't think we've seen that before. Like the spin moves, the like open field, just guys jocks on the ground.
That's the only guy comparable for making guys miss, really.
Yeah, fair.
Everyone else kind of ran, Ontario, Drones, Blunt, they all kind of power ran through guys. He's as shifty as Dad is, just not quite as fast.
But the difference is, like, DeAnthony would get the ball 5 times in an entire game. And so Bucky's going to get the ball like 20 times. And so I say get it to him 20 times, like.
That's what we said all last year, but he was getting like 16 and Whittington would get like 12. It's like,
and then Jordan James would get the important 4th down and 1 carry that never worked.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was my only criticism of Dillingham last year. Aside, he was weird in the red zone. He was just kind of weird. But he never gave the ball to the hot hand. He was never like, wow, Troy Franklin and Bucky Irving are my best players. Here's 24 carries and here's 9 targets. Like, it just didn't. And his offense was great. I'm not trying to diminish what they did. But yeah, like, Bucky should have got more carries, and then just going back on the Franklin stuff. Those guys should be your bell cows. Be your bell cows. Do it.
Yeah, what Franklin had, like 800 yards last year?
Yeah.
Something like that. He should have been well over 1,100. I mean, if they should have fed him the ball that much.
It's funny, like, we as fans think of it like Madden. Like we're just playing a game. And, it's like I'm playing with the 49ers. I have Christian McCaffrey. I'm going to give the ball to Christian McCaffrey like 25 times. So, like, that's the way we think of it. And sometimes it really is that simple. Like, you have a guy who's playing well, and you just feed him. Like, you give him the ball over and over again. And I'm totally with you, man. That was really frustrating because how many times would we watch a game last year where Bucky would be unstoppable, and then he'd sit out 2 drives in a row.
Next drive.
Wouldn't play. Like, it, I really hope whoever was in charge of that, like, I don't know who that is. It
had to be Dillingham.
Maybe,
in my eyes.
or maybe it's the running back coach or whatever. I hope. It's frustrating. It's frustrating watching guys dominate and then sit for 20 real minutes and not touch the ball.
Like, on that note, Troy Franklin had 61 catches last year.
Yeah.
Right? Jeff Mayle had a season of 63 catches and 71 catches. In an offense that was way more run-oriented, Troy Franklin, I'm not saying Troy Franklin should be like the Bolitnikoff winner, 122 catches or anything, but
I said that. Last week.
Yes, you did on Thursday, right?
Last
Thursday,
yes. Yeah.
Last
Thursday.
Yeah,
That's right.
ago.
Sorry.
Yep.
Sorry. Yeah, a week ago. But like, he should be around 90. Like, that should just kind of be like the thing about like UW's offense. Kalen DeBoer, he runs a good offense. He runs a really good offense. Know what I'm saying? But the fact that both Jalen McMillan and Rome Odunze or whatever had just barely over 100 catches, or I think one of them maybe had like 98 and one was like 103. That's what they need to do with Troy Franklin. Not to 103, but 61 catches, looking back on it, kind of criminal. Criminal.
I mean, I feel like that should be like Holden or Tej should have that like 60 this year. And Franklin should have, like I said, that like pushing 90 at least.
And can I say,
that's what I think he should be at this season.
I'm fully buying in on the Tez propaganda.
No,
I'm fully bought in on it.
He's so tiny. He's so tiny.
I know he's tiny. I don't think he's going to be a 70 catch guy or anything, but I'm saying I think he's going to be like really fucking annoying.
His like 35 to 40 catches will be electric.
Yes. I think he's going to be a guy that has multiple like fans of opponents sitting on their couch, like watching him catch a ball and just throwing shit. Just
catches one corner and just gone.
Yes. Like, he's so small. Don't let him catch it. Just don't give him the slant. I think it's gonna be very annoying.
Can't stop it.
I'm here for it.
From Nutty in the chat, is Trayshawn Holden going to be this team's Juwan Johnson? I hope so.
Hopefully he's the NFL level Juwan Johnson.
Seriously.
He's better in the NFL than he was ever in college.
Well, thank you, Mario.
Yeah. And look at Herbert now. Potential MVP every year now.
And I've seen this stat a few times on Twitter, and it could be wrong, but I'm believing it's true, that in 2019, Oregon threw the ball 48% of the time. Like that, I don't know if that's real, but I'm buying it. And the fact that they had Juwan Johnson and Justin Herbert, and they maybe were a 50-50 split in run pass is insane.
Well, sounds like that's what
Braga
wants. Braga sounds like he wants like the 50-50 split.
Well, by the way, like I love this.
Mike Shanahan over here.
I love being, as soon as I got done talking about wanting to run the ball with Bucky a ton, you guys are like, no, I want to throw it like 80 times.
So here's
no. Go.
I think they should use Bucky like they do in the NFL. With how good these three receivers are and 4 out they'll have out there, he should be like an Eckler or McKay. He should have 35 and 40 receptions himself. They're going to spread the field, and I think he's going to be the most dangerous, catching those little wheel routes and shit that Dillingham loved. Well, Dillingham's not that. I guess I don't know what the old Roadrunners offense truly was.
Oh, they threw it deep all the time.
This bombs instead of little wheel routes and stuff. Yeah.
Bombs.
Bring it. That's all I want. I want those Bo Nix passes against BYU that gave Brock Heward an erection on live television. That's what I want. I want that the whole season, please. Just bomb them out there, man. Fuck. How long have we been waiting for that? They didn't even let Herbert do that. That's all.
They didn't even really let Mariota do that.
I know.
Vernon Adams did it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they wanted Vernon Adams to do it, but
he sure
Vernon
did
Adams
it anyways.
did.
Yep. I just got called a West Coast offense honk. Yeah, man.
Yeah, seriously. Fucking Mike Holmgren over here.
Yeah, nothing but just 5-yard slants. What? I don't get it. What are we talking about?
He wants Franklin to have 160 receptions for 850 yards this year. That's what he wants.
Pad those stats.
He wants him to be Keyshawn Johnson 2.0 out there.
That's how you get the Bolitnikoff, man. You catch 160 balls. That's how you do it.
Yep.
His mantra, is something like, if we possess the ball, the opponents cannot score. That's what you're doing. Just 5-yard slants, 40 carries from Bucky and Whittington a game. I see you.
No, you know what it was? Like that West Coast offense, Roger Craig caught like 140 passes in a season. That's what it was. It was like swing passes to running backs, man.
And I bet you he had like 310 yards
like
receiving.
600 yards on 140 catches. Yeah. Oh man. All right, so we should get to the defense at some point.
I mean, that's the real question mark.
That's it. That's the question. I mean, Tosh is still here, and who the hell is gonna play? Like, who are known entities on the defense going into next year? Dorless.
Funa, maybe, is he on the starting depth chart?
Bassa. I mean,
Bassa, please.
Well, if you have some like disciplined linebackers around him, Bassa might actually be better. Yeah. As opposed to just three wild cards out there.
Again, this is probably going to be a theme. Bassa plays really hard. Bassa is a tweener. What are you gonna do? But he runs into people and turns into a bug on a windshield all the time.
He's supposed to be playing safety. So
yes, he's not a linebacker.
No.
I'm going to take that step and believe that between Dorless, Funa, Birch, Mateo, and the linebackers like Justin Jacobs, is that his name?
Iowa? So you got.
Oh yeah.
I'll run up through. Yeah, Justin Jacobs. You also have Devin Jackson. Matty Yu is going to be playing like outside linebacker hybrid thing. So yeah.
Oh, I'm going to give a leap of faith and say that the front seven is good. I just don't know about the secondary still.
Yeah.
You're not hearing that
Dante Manning guy.
But you're just not hearing that Dante Manning is in year 4 or whatever it is, year 3, I can't remember now, like turning the corner. As like, he was a borderline like 5-star prospect.
Yeah, he was.
And he's just kind of I think the transfer from Ole Miss, like, was it Tysheem Jackson or whatever? That's a good player.
Kyrie Jackson, yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not sold on the secondary.
Here's who they have coming back, and they have experience, so I guess you can say that. Like Jalil Florence comes back, Dante Manning, Triquez Bridges, and then you have the transfers. So you have like Nico Reed, Kyrie Jackson, like Cole Martin, and then like at safety you have Addison, who we mentioned, Stevens, who we mentioned, and then you were talking about Tysheem Johnson, I think, is who you were.
That's
talking
right.
About. That's
yes.
who you're talking about. Yeah. And then Evan Williams. So like again, you have guys who have played before on this defense. And so hopefully, it's college, so you hope they take the next step. And then you have some unknowns who are transfers. And so they could be good.
We don't have Gonzo shutting down half a field next year, which is a big blow.
But nothing in Tosh's resume tells me that they're going to be good. So like
here's the win. If he could get a fucking play call in, I'll call the defense a win this year. It was 50-50 if that play call got in with like right before the ball gets snapped.
The Wi-Fi at Autzon's bad. What are you gonna do?
It is dog shit.
It always has been, always will be. Yeah. So are we okay with Oregon just needing to outscore everybody? Is that okay?
I mean, it's the Pac-12, so sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, are we cool with them winning, like beating Washington 60-50 or something like that? Like, I mean,
it hasn't worked out well for USC.
I think the problem
you do need a defense.
The problem is every time Oregon has had teams like that, they always have the one game where they can't score, and they lose. And so,
well, that was Chip Kelly's whole problem.
Yeah, every year.
Score 60 a game, in that one game you only score 17 or 21. You lose.
It was the Stanford problem, man. Always happens to every
team. But I feel like there's. It's been a while now, but I forget the stat that been a while. But what was it? Their least amount of sacks in a season since like 1984. Like,
is rushing the passer important?
Right, like there are people listening to this who were not alive then. Like, Ski was not alive then. Like, it was a really bad, atrocious year. So I feel like it can't get worse on that end, right?
Yeah.
No, I mean, what was our chief complaint last year was the linebackers were just always out of position, and they just didn't get enough pressure on the quarterback. So you're hoping you got to assume Dorless was he first team All Pac-12 preseason this year? Like, was he on that list? First team?
I believe he was.
Yeah.
And then you just gotta hope if Matty U is the freak he is, because the other big guys in Birch, yeah, but the other guys like Rogers. I mean, there's a guy that could improve.
That's a guy who's had some August propaganda there. Have you read any of the reports?
Yeah.
No, they've been pumping him up pretty big.
Yeah, he's bench pressing the entire town of Junction City and just ragdolling people, and
it's like it's Colt Lyerla before his last year. Remember,
without Rob Mosley scolding him for jumping out of a pool.
All of a sudden, he gained like 30 pounds in an off season.
Also, speaking of Oregon defensive linemen, I think his name is Jordan Riley.
He's
now on the Giants.
Yeah, no longer in Oregon defensive.
And apparently he's been killing it in the preseason. I don't remember him. I found out he was black. I thought he was white. That's how little I had no idea who this guy. Like they said when I saw Jordan Riley, Oregon, rookie. I was like, "What's that name? He's black." I thought he was a white dude. Who was this guy? I think I thought he was Rogers.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And who's the other
where did he come from? Like, was he a one-year transfer as well?
I think he transferred from like Tennessee or something. Or am I thinking of Rogers too? Or was that also Rogers?
No, I think Rogers. Was Rogers Nebraska? I think Rogers was Nebraska.
That sounds right. Yeah. Somebody in the chat needs to look that up for us because we're sounding real dumb right now. Speaking of which, Nutian's hot take: linebackers will be better without Sewell.
Yes, well, I agree.
Yeah.
I said there might actually be discipline in the linebacker corps this year.
You mean they're gonna like cover somebody on pass plays?
I mean, or just not run dead straight at any hole they see.
Yeah.
Might actually try to read an offense for half a second before just running full tilt ahead.
Okay. Are we excited for Cam Lewis?
He's still around.
He's still
oh
here.
My God.
Have we finally flipped on? Have we flipped on him and we like him now, or
no?
are we still
I
on
love
that?
him. I love him. I always have.
I assume he's missing every kick. None of them look good.
Yeah.
He was the original pandemic in 2019.
He might have been the cause of it, those kicks.
His kicks were so bad. It's like he was kicking that little spike protein COVID ball.
Yeah.
Like it just whirled all the way around. Just brutal. Like, you know those little balls that are jelly and they have the little tentacles on them?
Yeah.
It's like that's what he was kicking.
Yeah.
It was just atrocious.
It's weird because I know what you mean. Every single time he kicks, you know he's gonna miss it, but then he makes it, and so it's like every single time he makes it, you're legitimately surprised. And I don't think that's supposed to be the case.
It's like footballs are supposed to rotate like this.
Yes, they are.
His rotate like that when they go through.
Oh
It's-
yeah, and the kick
They
against
spin like the Gravitron at the fair.
The
It's
kick
fucking
against-
bizarre.
the kick against North Carolina too. That's our last memory of him from last season too. The doinking it in and almost losing the game. Classic.
I will say, I
Jeez.
am excited for a punter to be able to kick a ball more than 20 yards this year.
Do you know who
Or
that's going to
maybe-
be?
Or
He's
maybe
some-
a punter catch. Or maybe a punter catch
Yeah.
the snap at the goal line like they didn't do against Oregon State.
I think that Aussie kid won the starting job.
Okay,
Did he?
dude, I don't know.
Luke.
You know what
I
I
don't
wrote?
know
You know what I wrote
Where's it?
down for punter? Who knows / cares ? That's what I wrote down.
Well, they
for
got it.
punter.
They got an Aussie in, and those motherfuckers can kick balls. so
Usually.
that's
Yep. Yeah,
that's
on board.
all I care about.
I'm on board.
Yeah.
You bring in an Australian kid, he's going to be able to kick the ball far. I'll take it. It really is that simple. It shouldn't be. It's kind of racist, but I mean that.
Well,
wait, is it racist?
I remember seeing-
No, it's like, what would be the word for that? Nationalist? I don't know. That's not the right word.
Well, I remember watching a thing on like one of the Aussie kickers in the NFL was like describing is like because they grow up playing Aussie rules football, like that's like their sport as a youth.
Yeah.
So all they do is run around and kick the little oblong ball all day, every day as a child. So they get it down pretty well early.
You're generalizing everybody in Australia.
I mean,
I'm
they're all
staying out of
murderers.
this.
So
Fuck.
I mean, everybody in Australia, they just run around with an oblong ball and just kick it around the outback all day, right? That's how
What do we know about
what
Australia?
you do.
I feel like the only thing you guys know about Australia is an Outback commercial and the rescuers from Down Under. Like
Yeah.
that's about it.
And this not being
Crocodile
enough.
Dundee.
Yeah.
Bunch of albatrosses flying people into the country.
Yeah, that's not a knife. That's a knife. Yeah. By the way, like, when was the last time you watched that movie? Not Crocodile Dundee, The Rescuers.
Rescuers Down Under.
Down Under. Down Under is a truly terrifying movie. Like,
Yeah.
because it's in that weird, like, old animation style that they had around for like 8 years or something, and it is like the poacher guy. Terrifying.
Poacher guy and like the Komodo dragon or lizard thing, the monitor, whatever it was.
Yes.
Terrifying.
Absolutely nightmare-inducing. Yes.
Licked its lips with a big slithering tongue. It was
Absolutely not.
chills down my spine.
All right, let's do lines. Unless you have any other takes on Ducks.
What are we doing them on?
Your choice, dealer's choice.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that up to the chat. What do you think? You go ahead and answer that question. Ski, let's do lines.
I need the intro music for it.
Oh yeah.
Lines everywhere, lines. I wish Discord would make this easier. I really think it's annoying that I record sounds, but it doesn't work on Discord. Lines.
Lines.
Fines. So, first game. Since USC played last Saturday, we are not going to have that game in there, which they won or lost. I don't remember.
Welcome to September, folks.
0 week is dumb.
0
Hope you
week
enjoyed
is
Labor Day.
We don't do lines for 0 week. Forget it.
No, it's
Kids
called
back in
0 week
school.
for a fucking reason.
Yeah. Only
So-
zeros playing 0 week.
So the first game is actually today, Thursday, the 31st. You got Florida and Utah. Remember this game from last year? Utah got fucking shellacked in Florida. Utah is a 4.5-point favorite this time around.
Is Cam Rising? Okay, sorry. I was bringing back your Stanford stuff from last year. Is Cam Rising going to play football this year?
A first round pick.
Utah? I don't know anything about Florida. I know they lost their quarterback.
Unfortunately, I'm watching him right now on my team play.
Cam, you mean last week you watched him?
How are you watching him right
Last
now?
week.
Yeah.
Yeah, are you watching a
Yeah,
replay on NFL Network?
last Thursday. Yeah, and they always play replays.
Yeah.
Commit to the bit, bud. Commit to the bit.
I was going good. I guess I'm with you, Braga. I'll take Utah.
Well, wait, what's the point?
4.5.
Utah favored 4.5. Okay, yeah, I'll take Utah.
I got Florida because I got Utah starting 0-2 because Cam Rising has not yet been cleared, and nor has their best tight end, Brent, I don't know, Keithy, not cleared either.
That's some like actual knowledge. I like that.
That's why I went
Who's
last.
Yeah.
Trying to
Who's
pick up
Utah
the
play?
point
Who's Utah play week 2 to get that second loss?
at Baylor.
Tough.
You don't just go.
Tough.
You don't just go into Waco.
Oh.
Well, I'm just saying I have Utah starting 0-2. UTES.
The Utes.
0-2.
0-2.
Yeah. All right.
Bow, bow, bow,
All right. Next game. This one I kind of had to make the line myself because they don't like putting out lines early for FCS teams against. So this one is South Utah at ASU. ASU is a 24.5-point favorite. Southern Utah. Apologies. Who is Arizona State's quarterback coming into this year?
Jaden Rashada. True freshman, Jaden Rashada.
I'll take Southern Utah.
Yeah, I'm taking the Thunder and Birds.
Yeah,
I
me
think
too.
I think that's their name, the Thunderbirds or something.
With the points.
Thunderhawks, Lightning Chiefs.
Yeah.
They are the Thunderbirds.
With the points.
Yep.
I know my.
Sure.
Don't test me on Utah college knowledge.
Utah.
I'm 2-0 on those.
You are. You're all over.
Now-
You're hammering Utah early in the season.
All right, now game 3. This is the head scratcher for me. We got Stanford.
Stanford.
They're going to Hawaii. Hawaii last year was one of the worst teams
In the history.
we've really seen.
Yeah.
They were very bad. Stanford is only a 6.5-point favorite against your Bows.
You want to know why? Stanford
I do.
also going to be very bad.
They are, but are they going to be that bad?
I am taking Stanford with this. Despite
I as well have Stanford.
Hawaii opening the season with Stanford and then Oregon. You gotta love that.
You know what?
Actually,
I'm taking
Hawaii opens with Vanderbilt, by the way.
That's right.
They
Yeah,
played
that's
last
fair.
week.
We don't
They
talk
played
about
last week in Nashville.
We don't talk about 0 week, so
We don't talk about Vanderbilt.
No one should. But I'm taking Hawaii. They got a game under their belt. Stanford is trending in the wrong direction here. They're not even in a conference right now. Give me Hawaii.
By the way, how crestfallen were you guys to turn on College Game Day last week for week 0 in Ville and see that Coming to Your City was no longer the intro music?
Yeah. Why don't you tell us who the new artist is for?
Oh, the new artist was
No, not Big and Rich. No, they're gone.
No.
I was crestfallen.
I just missed
crestfallen,
getting
I tell
some
ya.
zing in my zang zang.
Yes, I was very crestfallen. Certainly.
All right. Next game we got Colorado at TCU. TCU ranked 15th or 18th, I think, something like that. They're 21.5-point favorites against Colorado.
Give me the frogs.
Yeah, same.
Do they still got that redheaded quarterback guy? That
Andy
or did
Dalton?
he go to
No. Max Duggan.
Duggan? Yeah,
Are we talking about the Red Rifle? Okay.
the new red
The
rifle.
new Red Rifle, yeah.
You know what? I'll be the contrarian guy here, picking last. I'll take Colorado. They'll lose by 21 because they're not very good.
Let's put a little ching in his chang chang.
Yeah.
Come along.
All right, maybe the biggest game of the Pac-12 Week 1, Boise State at Washington. Washington 14.5-point favorites.
Washington, yeah. I feel like I'm not taking any risks this week, but I genuinely think these teams are going to win. Like, I think Washington kills them.
I think Broncos cover.
Ooh. I was kind of leaning that way, but I feel like the board, they will just run up the score and try to score late also as much as they can. Give me UW and the points. All right. Next game, another just nail biter here. We got Cal, only a 6.5-point favorite playing North Texas.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that is gruesome. I gotta go Cal. I mean, come on. Come on.
At North Texas?
Come on.
You don't just go into North Texas, King. I mean,
I think
come
they
on,
play
man.
in Denton. I think they're in Denton, Texas.
You don't just roll into Denton and your hippie bus, you Berkeley weirdos, and think you can go in and take down North Texas. I got North Texas. Cal's gonna win by like 3 or something.
You don't beat the mean green at home.
You sure don't.
Give me fucking North Texas as well. Give me North Texas star pick.
Ooh,
North
that's
Texas.
right. Star picks. We forgot about those. I'll make my star pick when we're like all done. How about that?
Yeah, you can retroactively do it. Next game, since USC's already played week 0 and won, Nevada at USC. USC 37.5-point favorite.
My star pick, USC.
That is so many points. That is so many points.
Here's the problem. The question is, do you think Nevada could score 17 to 21 points against USC in that?
Well, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to Wolfpack football.
We have
But
not.
their offensive coordinator resigned yesterday.
Did he?
Do you know who their offensive coordinator was?
I don't.
He won a game against UCLA in 2009 on the road as quarterback.
We're not all big Bruin guys like you. Sorry, man.
Nathan Costa.
Like Nate Costa?
Yeah, like Nate Costa. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
He resigned yesterday. Yeah.
Weird.
Out of shame or what?
Yeah. Like,
No one knows.
For being, I'm taking USC. Also.
Yeah, I will go ahead and go USC. Sure.
I shouldn't have given you guys that nugget till
Yeah,
you
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the Costa
Damn
nugget.
it.
I was gonna hammer the
I
Wolfpack.
just Costa'd me a point.
They got
You did.
big boys kid playing running back over there now.
They're stacked. I mean,
Yeah,
God.
loaded.
All right. Next game, we got Wazoo. They're going to the Rams of Colorado State. They are 11.5-point favorites. And I'll start off and say Washington State. Ward's good. Colorado State is not.
I agree.
Yeah, give me the Cougs.
Same. Yep. That's my.
All right.
That'll be my star pick. I'll go Cougs with my star pick. All
Fair
right.
enough. This is another game I had to kind of dig and make kind of my own line from what I've seen. We got Northern Arizona. They're at Arizona. Arizona is a 26.5-point favorite.
Give me the Cats.
Same. That's what they're going to do this year is score a whole bunch of points.
Yeah, and luckily Northern Arizona is probably not going to score a lot themselves. So
Yeah.
they'll win
You
it.
know the mascot of Northern Arizona.
Oh, I did.
God, I know their color schemes.
Yeah. No.
Lumberjacks.
Yeah.
Lumberjacks.
That's it. Damn it.
And I'm pretty sure they're located in Prescott, which looks like Prescott, but they say Prescott in Arizona.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's in like the part of Arizona that gets like rain and has trees. It's weird.
That's not how they pronounce things there. That's weird. Huh. Okay.
All right. Next game, we got Coastal Carolina. They're playing against Kings Bruins. Chip Kelly and Bruins 14.5-point favorites against Coastal.
Give 8 clap, baby. 4 is up. Give me the Bruins all day.
That seems low, right? I got UCLA too. What do they know that we don't know?
I'm going to take Coastal here. You're going to have, I assume, the freshman starting for Chipper there, week 1. Coastal always seems to be like an okay team as well. Give me them. Bruins win by a touchdown. All right. A couple good games left here. We got OSU at San Jose State. Beavs 16.5-point favorite.
I think the Spartans were picked 8th in the Mountain West, but give me the Spartans to cover.
Yeah. I
Beavs,
feel
Beavs aren't even good enough to get into the Mountain West, so
Not yet.
I feel bad picking against my Spartans, but I got Beavs. Yeah.
I got Beavs too. This should be easy work for that defense at least. See if DJU could fucking do anything.
Throw a forward pass.
Only one top 25 matchup outside the Pac-12, so we got that. It's LSU 2.5-point favorites against Florida State.
Give me the Tigers.
I'm going to take LSU as well.
But
Can't trust Florida
with
State.
no information whatsoever or logic behind this, I'm going Florida State.
I mean, Florida State beat them last year in New Orleans, so.
Sure.
And this one's
Sure
in
did.
Orlando, I believe, at Camping World Stadium. You know,
Camping
you
World.
don't just walk into Camping World Stadium in Orlando
You sure
and
don't.
come out unscathed. You sure
Never.
don't.
Never. Yeah.
I remember back in my day when the Comp USA Citrus Bowl was played at that stadium, and it was just an environment. Didn't matter who was playing. It was tough.
Nope. All right. Last game, Portland State, Oregon. Another one I had to try to dig and find some line. Ducks, 42.5-point favorite.
Ducks, come on.
Is Dan Lanning the kind of guy that would run a score up on a shitty inferior team?
Will it matter?
I mean, I think they beat Eastern Washington 77-13 last year. So
Yeah.
yes, he is.
I have Oregon as well.
Give me the-
Even though,
Give me the Ducks.
even though to this day I have not watched a single play of that game, I just know the score was atrocious.
you know what the score was?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me
That
the Ducks.
game and the Cal game during the COVID year are 2 games I've just never
Well,
seen.
I thought you just completely blanked out the entire COVID year in general.
Yeah, I watched them play UCLA. They wore those Ohana jerseys. Mahalo. Ohana means family, by the way.
I'm told it means family. Yeah.
Seen it in a movie.
Okay. That's it, right? Yep. Okay. Let's do trivia and then wind this thing up. So King gets to go first because King won last year. I just got the results. Thank you, Booble, for sharing that in our Discord. By the way, Sports Brewery in the Discord if you want to join that. King won with 77 points last year. Ski had 73 and I had 68 total. So King gonna get to go first on the trivia as soon as I can pull it up in my email, and he comes back and sits down. So
Wait.
yeah, go ahead.
Do we still have a list for this
We do we
episode as well?
did we do a list? Yeah.
Did
Do
we come
you
up
want
with
to just do our list first and then do trivia, or what? Do we want to do our list? I don't know.
Here, do our list. Our
Okay,
list
so we
right
wanna do
now.
trivia.
Top
three
three.
Vikings.
Vikings. Okay, let's
My number 3.
roll through this.
My number 3 Viking.
Yes.
Aaron Fentress.
My number 3 Viking, Loki. Best character in all the Marvel movies.
Never seen it.
Nope. My number 3, Ontario Smith. Play for Minnesota.
Yes, he did. Yep.
Go Vikes.
My number 2, Leif Erikson.
My number 2, Lagatha from the Viking series.
My number 2, Floki from the Viking series.
My number 1, Randy Moss.
My number 1, Jared Allen.
My number 1, Antonio Banderas.
Ooh.
He was in a movie called 13th Warrior where he was like some Muslim refugee that traveled north and joined the Vikings.
Yeah, Ski,
And
we
became a
know. You think we need you to tell us that? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Antonio Banderas. Okay, let's do some Portland State trivia real quick and then close this bad boy out. King starts because King won last year. So your question to start off, what is the name? Oh, by the way, like sort of our format, I ask the person the question. If they get it wrong, then we give the other person a multiple choice option for it. So, and King just walked away again right before I'm going to ask him a question. We don't have anything else we can do.
He's back. He's back.
All right, he's back. You have like really good timing, man. What is the name of Portland State's mascot? King.
Victory.
That's literally the name of him, Victory Viking. You are
No
correct.
way.
Yep.
That is not true.
It absolutely is.
That is not real.
Yep.
Seriously?
I swear to God, that is the answer. Yep.
Oh my God, that's so bad.
Victor E. Viking is his name.
Fantastic.
That's terrible.
Cousin
That's
of
terrible.
Chuck E. Cheese as well.
Yeah, I love that you knew that. That's so good.
I don't think he
Like I
knew.
said,
Nope.
Hey, I spent a summer on online school there, so I know.
Ski, what are Portland State's official colors?
Green and white.
Yes, that is correct. King, Portland State actually has a few players over the years who were drafted in the NFL. Total of 16. Highest drafted went in the second round with a 33rd overall pick in 81. Played quarterback for the St. Louis Cardinals, was a 2-time Pro Bowler, led the NFL in passing yards 1 year. Who is it?
Neil Lomax.
Yeah, you kind of called this one.
Yeah.
That is
Last week I did.
That is the answer. Yep. He is in the College Football Hall of Fame, by the way, Neil Lomax.
Of course he is.
Skeet. Julius Thomas, probably the most well-known NFL player from Portland State. He was drafted in the 4th round, 129th overall pick. What team drafted him?
The Bears.
Incorrect. King, your options. The Chargers, the Broncos, or the Jets?
Broncos.
That is correct. Yep. Drafted by the Broncos, played his whole career with the Broncos. It was kind of a trick question. So now this goes back to King. Many don't know this, but the run and shoot offense began at a high school in Ohio, was first popularized at Portland State. Which Vikings coach brought the run and shoot to the world at Portland State?
Mouse Davis?
That is the correct answer. Man, you are running away with this right now.
I don't know about you, but I'm starting to smell Victor E.
Ski. Portland State has another infamous coach who became popular in the 90s thanks to NFL films. He coached 3 seasons at Portland State after being the head coach of Atlanta in the NFL, had a 9-24 record with the Vikings. Who is he?
9-24. That's a hell of a record for some big time.
Yep. Coach for Atlanta in the 90s.
Jim Mora.
Incorrect. Do you know the answer, King? You just want to end this.
Do.
You just want to end this right
I
now.
do.
Okay.
Jerry Glanville.
That is the correct answer. Yep. So King wins. That was
Man.
great.
What am I
Actually,
supposed to do? I'm going to
actually,
get a fucking alum.
Listen. No one knows downtown, other than Andy. No one knows downtown Portland scene more than I do. Let me just say that.
Speaking of which, Portland State is in downtown Portland. What street are they on? The university.
They're on 6th Street.
Alberta.
I don't. That was one of the options. It's Broadway. They're on Broadway.
Of course, Broadway.
What is the rivalry name for the Portland State and Eastern Washington game? That's actually a rivalry.
I did not know that was a rivalry.
It's called the Dam Cup is what it's called. It's like a double entendre because there's like the dam that is in the Columbia or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. The Columbia watershed is apparently a thing. I don't know. Where does Portland State play their home games?
It's not Ron Tonkin Field, but it's attached to it. I can't remember what it's called though.
It's really simple.
Viking Stadium.
It's Hillsborough
Stadium.
Yeah.
I got that before you said it. I got it.
Yeah. Same time, man. Same time. Yep. Let's see. Portland State 4-44 all time against FBS teams, including Hawaii, New Mexico, North Texas, and which Pac-4 school in 2015?
Oregon State.
It was Washington State.